Hello and welcome. My name is Jess B and this is my tech department. Today I'm going to be looking at a sad Sega Mega Drive II that I bought for just €2 here in Vienna at a retro börse. Now I'll be honest with you, it's not in great shape. It may not even work and it could be completely ruined. But there's a chance that maybe, just maybe, we can get it working again. So come along, join me, and let's find out if we can bring this old Sega Mega Drive II back from the recycling heap. So here it is, the €2 Mega Drive II. Now I found this in a bucket along with another Mega Drive II, an original Xbox, a PS1 and a SNES at a local retro börse or retro fair here in Vienna. Everything in the bucket was €2 and guaranteed to be not working. This particular Mega Drive was by far the worst looking console I bought on that day. It's covered in decomposing rubber, weird paint, and has more scratches than your granddad's LP collection. Before I get the toolkit out, let's at least check to see if it's working at all. With the console all set up, I pushed the power button and, well, nothing. Unsurprisingly, the €2 Mega Drive doesn't show any signs of life. Checking the power LED shows no power at all. Oh dear. I checked the TV to see if there's any change there. Apart from a glitch when the power button is pushed, the picture remains black. Oh well, time to open things up. The case is held together with just 4 crosshead screws, and I'm hoping the inside is cleaner than the outside. With the 4 screws removed, the top comes off and... oh no. My hopes of a clean looking interior are dashed. There are signs of life, then death, everywhere. This poor console has obviously been left in a loft or garage for a long time, itself becoming home to apparently many spiders. Ew. The case and the board are going to need a lot of cleaning, so let's crack on and free the main board from the bottom of the case by removing the 2 black screws either side of the cartridge slot. Once done, the board can be picked up and removed from the case, leaving the lower RF shielding and the remains of yet more dead spiders. Ugh. Turning to some IPA, I set about cleaning the board to remove any further signs of dirt and death, before doing a bit of a visual inspection to see if I can spot any obvious problems. Immediately I can see why the red LED wasn't working. It seems to have melted. So perhaps the first job should be removing the charred remains and putting a new one in. I also find this little filter capacitor under the board that is not a standard fitting, but it's fine. Digging into my parts bin, I find a good 3mm red LED that's perfect for replacing the old melted one. I then grab my desoldering iron. It's not a desoldering gun, it's an actual hand pump with a heated element I'm trying for a few projects, and the old solder comes away nicely. Doesn't take a moment, and then I fit the new LED. Despite being desoldered from the underside, the old LED isn't quite ready to give up the ghost yet, and it takes a little maneuvering with a pair of pliers just to gently convince it to come away. The positive side with the longer leg goes to the right, and you can see this indicated on the board. The diode symbol shows us that the negative is marked by a straight line after the triangle. To hold the LED in place, we simply bend the legs out a little, then with some solder and a pair of cutters, our new LED is fitted. With the new LED in place, let's do a quick check to see if it's all working. Success! A common fail point with any cartridge-based system is the cartridge port itself. Years of inserting and removing cartridges can weaken and break the solder joints underneath, so I'm going to resolder the port just to make sure. Resoldering all the joints is not a short process, but if you take your time, you can get through it fairly quickly. The final job I want to do is to clean the cartridge port itself. Now to do this, I'm using some IPA, a credit card and a piece of paper. With the card covered in the paper, I insert it and remove it from the slot, hopefully cleaning it as I go. Sure enough, the card shows signs of dirt, so it's good to get it out than leave it in. With everything resoldered, replaced or cleaned, it's time to test the board and see if the results are different. So let's push the power button and... well, doesn't that just make you smile? Yes, it turns out all this board needed was a little love, care and attention and a lot of IPA and some resoldering and a new LED, but that's not too bad. The total cost of repair so far is, well, zero. So the Sega Mega Drive II has been saved from the landfill and is working once again. But before I crack open the bottle of wine to celebrate, I have to deal with the case and the many, many dead residents. Yes, the case needs attention. Let's get the shielding out of the way and, yay, more dead things. Grabbing some anti-bac spray, I liberally apply it to the bottom of the case and get in there with a few cloves. Needless to say, it's filthy. Getting into the nooks and crannies is tricky, but soon enough, the inside is clean. Turning to the outside, things are not so easy. What I thought was paint turns out to be some kind of plaster. I try a flathead screwdriver to chip off the material, but that seems to scratch the case more than cleaning. I'll leave it for a moment and then turn my attention to the top case. Again, it's anti-bac spray and cloths and just getting in there and getting all the dust and nooks and dead things out. Same procedure for the top, but here the cleaner is hitting issues. The decomposing rubber is tricky to remove and there's yet more of this horrible plaster. The only way to clear the rubber is to use some wet wipe style cleaning cloths and patience. Soon enough, the rubber begins to lift, leaving the Sega logo in the place where it should be. For the plaster, I decide to try some fine grit wet and dry sandpaper, making sure it's soaking wet before I use it. I then gently rub away the plaster, leaving the surface undamaged. I'll be honest, I wasn't 100% convinced this was a good idea, but it worked like a charm. Turning to the rear of the case detail, I crack out a small scrubbing brush and get stuck in, clearing away the accumulation of dirt hidden here. With a final polish up on the inside and a wipe down of the RF shield, I put the Mega Drive II back together. When we first saw her, this Mega Drive II had seen better days. There was no signs of power, a black screen, and more dead bugs than you can shake a stick at. This poor old thing was destined for the landfill. But now, well, hell, she looks a damn sight better. The decaying rubber is gone, the horrible plaster removed, and the whole thing has been cleaned up. This Mega Drive is never going to look like new, but this project was never about that. Instead, we now have a working machine that promises to give us hours of entertainment. Now, it's a tech department tradition to name our machines, and then this one I dubbed the Megly the Mega Drive. With Megly finished, we should celebrate by plugging her into a proper TV and game like it's 1992. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving us a thumbs up. And the YouTube law, I have to remind you to also share and subscribe for more nonsense like this. And if you'd like to help out, we have a Patreon account which you can become a member of for as little as €2 a month. There you'll find our videos a week early and ad-free, plus a bunch of other things for higher levels. So once again, thanks for watching and take care.